Hi YouTube. It's easy to be happy when you're actually happy. How do you become happier when you're unhappy? Well, it depends on the situation. There are a million reasons to be unhappy and ways of being unhappy and definitions of unhappiness. What I'm going to discuss today is distraction. Oftentimes when people are unhappy, always with the sirens, oftentimes when people are unhappy, they may just stop everything. Being unhappy lessens our energy levels, it lessens our motivation, our desire. We are wired to operate on a reward system in here, and if the reward is diminished, or you can't feel the reward because you are unhappy, you're overcome with the unhappiness, the desire to do things decreases because you don't get the psychological gratification from what you're doing. If you are struggling through crisis and loss, if you are brooding about something that happened and just thinking about it, if you cannot move past the feeling of unhappiness that you are experiencing, first thing you need to do is recognize this is a feeling. This is all just a feeling. This isn't reality. Yes, realistically, bad things may have happened. There may be a cause for this, but your life still carries on regardless of the realities around it. So when you are just counting the time until you can clock out again for the day because you are consumed with unhappiness, distract. If you feel as though it's all gone to hell in a handbasket anyway, you're still here, you're still awake, you're still alive, tomorrow's coming whether you like it or not, and the hours seem to go on and on and on. Like sitting in a waiting room waiting to be called back, you just sit there and you flip through the magazine, you flip through the TV, and you just sit there and you think and you think and you think. You need to get out of your head into the present and take an action. If you're just whiling away the hours anyway, waiting for the feeling to go away, why not clock that time? Clock that time with positive things. Your routines that you like, your self-care that you like, your yoga or taking a walk, go and see a friend, do those things that are positive. You are just choking away time anyway for the day. Absorb yourself out of your mind, out of the situation, and into something else, into something presently. And even if you don't end up enjoying it, you'll be making progress and good things happen that you will appreciate later. It may actually correct the unhappiness, and even if it doesn't, besides the rewards for later, you are focusing on something presently, your hobby, your activity, that conversation, the person you're talking to, that positive, enjoyable thing. Enjoyable. If you're cleaning your house, it's not going to be so enjoyable. You can do that if it works for you, if it distracts you. But you need something to get you out of your head. And the space away from the feeling, the focus on what you are doing, what you are engaging in, what you are thinking about, gives you peace. It gives you space. If you're just killing time today anyway because you're unhappy, because there's something going on that is too big for you to cope with, that is just how it is and you have to wait till it's done, focus on something else. Focus on what's happening right now, right here in front of you. If that bad situation is not happening at this very moment, allow something else to happen. Make something else happen that you can focus on. Give yourself that break. And at worst case scenario, you have done things for tomorrow. At best, you're happy. Legitimately happy by the end of it. And in the middle, you get a break. You get a break from your own feelings. You get a break from ruminating and thinking about the problem. You get a break from being in the problem, and you get to be in reality. And you prevent any negative consequences that may accrue from living in a negative space, existing in a negative space. So pull out your hobbies, call your friends, go for a walk, do those things, distract yourself, do crossword puzzles, distract yourself, immerse yourself in things, because you're just whiling away the day anyway. Why not? Sitting in it, acting accordingly, doing nothing, not distracting yourself with something else, putting something else in its place for you to focus on and be doing, will just cause the problem and the feeling of unhappiness to grow and deepen the longer that you sit in it. So, do life. Distract yourself. Choose to distract yourself. Choose to do life. Whether you feel happy about doing it or not. And it will be helpful. Distraction is one of the techniques that I use in dealing with my depression. I clock in the hours. Filming, walking, visiting, yoga. We don't have to do things that make us happy only when they make us happy. When we are unhappy, we can still do the things that would typically make us happy. And at minimum, they distract us from our unhappiness. Or you can do nothing, and your unhappiness will grow. Why focus on the problem when you're not face to face with the problem? Think about the starving artists, the brooding artists. Some of the best work is made from a negative space. But they chose to do. To distract that space, to translate that space, to use up that time until their emotions were different. So consciously approach unhappiness with action, with distraction, not mindless binge-watching TV distraction, but the distraction that would be typical of a good day. Get invested and get relief. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye, YouTube.